Jason, you're talking about what? Christmas lights? It's only April. It's not even April the 1st for April Fool's Day. Why are you talking about Christmas lights in April? Well, I am, because every Wednesday night I'm going to be talking about Christmas lights on my Christmas light channel, my pressure wash channel. And then every Sunday night will be pressure washing. So I want you to be able to grow your Christmas light business. And so I've got people that are killing it, and I'm going to kind of talk about their successes and how you can grow your Christmas light business in 2024. And so why do you need to start thinking about growing your Christmas light business now? Because a lot of us will sit there and wait till we're not busy, right? Wait not till we're not busy to start thinking about Christmas lights. And so tonight I'm going to start hammering down on the Christmas lights. And so I'm going to start breaking down the next few weeks, next few months of how you can grow your Christmas light business, how you can maybe make more money in your Christmas light business than you can even in your pressure washing business. And so my volume is low. Well, that's not good. Did that help it out? I did bump it up there. So that is what we are going to talk about. Turn up the volume if you can. What's happening here? I love technical difficulties, right? That always makes for a fun time. Did that help? I did turn it up here. Let me make sure the right mic is on. So that's better. Well, good. Yeah, my Rodecaster mic is on. And maybe if I bring it here to my mouth closer, that might help. Does that help me out any there? That's better. Okay. So that is why we are going to talk about Christmas lights tonight, because I want to make sure that you are successful. So the reason why I'm thinking about this is because last week on our marketing call, we had Mr. Daniel come on. Last year, Daniel, it was his very first year ever in business, and Daniel closed over $179,000 in Christmas light business. He's never had another business, and he's never been in the service business. And he started a Christmas light business. He heard one of my podcasts. He started listening that, hey, he can make money, and he closed over $179,000 in 2023. 2024's rolled around here. He's gotten 85% of those people already signed back up, and he's gotten about another $100,000 to $150,000 worth of work. He's up to about $350,000 worth of work in 2024. And so how is he getting it? He's flipping rocks. He's doing the things that he needs to do to get his business. Is he charging $6 a foot? Hell no. You know, and I know that I'm going to have people in here because he has people in his area that is charging the $4 to $6 a foot. So I don't want to hear that you can't get money in that area, because that is the mindset that will make you not successful. And I want to help you grow your Christmas light business so that way you are successful. So that way, when you come out of Christmas light season in 2024, you'll be like, I hit $500,000. I hit $1 million. And so that is reason why I am going to be hitting on this for the next couple of weeks, because this is not something that we just start of August and we're like, oh, I need to start thinking about my Christmas light business, because I understand we're busy and doing whatever else we're doing. It could be landscaping, it can be pressure washing, it could be whatever else. And so if we put a little bit of time and focus and effort into our Christmas light business now, then that is a way that will help you. If you haven't started your Christmas light business, this is a good time to start learning, because if you don't start doing the little things, it's not going to help you in the end. And so there's things that we can do now of permanent lighting. There's things that we can do now of event lighting. And so there's ways to make money with Christmas lights more than just Christmas lights. And so that is where we're going to hit on tonight. I've actually got a PowerPoint presentation here that I'm going to kind of go through, so that way I make sure I hit all my points. And so with that, my goal is what is your goal for 2024 in a Christmas light? People, for the people that are on here tonight, I'd like to hear some numbers. What is your goal for 2024 for your Christmas light business? Because if you don't have goals and you don't set goals and you're not disciplined, it's going to be real hard to be able to hit just a goal of, I just want to make money doing Christmas lights. And so that is where I want to hear, what is your goal for 2024 in your Christmas light business? And so with that, we'll get started here. While some of you may be putting that in there, please give me some thumbs up. I know I won't get a lot of people on here tonight, but that's all right. So if you've got questions, don't be afraid to ask them, because you got to ask questions to grow your business. Talking to the devil, there's Daniel himself. And so it can be done of making good money in your Christmas light business. So how do we 10X our Christmas light business? That's the next question, right? How do we 10X our Christmas light business in 2024? Do we just sit on our hands and do nothing? Or do we make sure that we know what we're trying to do till we can grow our business in 2024? Dan said he wants to do $225,000 in a Christmas light business, which is awesome. So first thing we need to do is the reason why I wanted to talk about Christmas lights is because this was something that really changed our business. This was one that I was like, holy crap, we can make money in the wintertime. So when I was a firefighter and I wanted to grow my business and I wanted to be able to hire people all year long, this is how I was able to do it, was through my Christmas light business. Because in my pressure washing business, I was only making money from, March, April to October, November, depending on how old man winter went. And so I couldn't hire people and have them year round if I couldn't find something in the wintertime. And so we were walking around the trade show in 2014, and I seen this about Christmas lights, and I started learning about Christmas lights. And so I teach you the Christmas lights way of the way I learned, and the way I learned from School of Hard Knocks. Have I done stupid stuff? Sure I have. Have I blown circuit breakers? Sure I have. Have I done the things I shouldn't have done? Sure I have. Have I went and took a picture of lights on windows? Sure I have. Have I ever done it one time? And so have I ever showed videos? Yes. But, our goal is to be able to do these lights, make an average ticket of $2,000. Most people that I teach, their average ticket is around $2,000 to $2,500 ticket. Is there people out there that are barely hitting $1,000? Sure there is. Why is that? They're either in the wrong neighborhood, they don't know how to ask for ticket, they're spending out of their own wallet, or they're just not asking for it. And so this is why it is important that we do this to learn our Christmas light business. And so with that, there is a lot of opportunity with Christmas lights. Christmas lights is it is one of my favorite things to do, because you never see someone come outside and cry because their house looks so amazing because you pressure washed it, right? But you can see that during Christmas light season. And so that is what's cool about the Christmas light season, and to be able to do this. And so why is it important? Growth market, right? There's not near as many Christmas light installers. Is there anything else? A lot of landscapers get into Christmas lights, but they don't like height, so then they won't do the roof. And so that's what people want. And so this is a thing, and people will say, well, Jason, you just don't understand, there's too much competition. Well, the only competition you should have in your Christmas light business is you. Are you doing better than you did before? If you're worried about all your other competition, you're going to go out of business when you start worrying about it. I know people that this is all they do is Christmas lights. They literally do nothing else. They only do Christmas lights. So, they make enough money in 3 to 4 months that they don't have to do nothing else. So that's a really cool part of this. It can be a low startup cost. It literally doesn't cost you anything. It will only cost you a little bit in the beginning of your safety gear and you can literally buy the lights as you're going. So it's not like I'm saying you got to spend $10,000 to be able to get this Christmas light business going. You go get your deposits, you get your deposits. Once the deposits come in, you pay the 50%, they pay the 50% down, and now you are able to get the rest of it after the job is finished. The thing of the competition. Is there competition? Sure there is. Is there things that are going to hurt the Christmas light business? Sure there is. Is people going to do permanent lighting? Sure they are. Is it might hurt your customer? Maybe. Do people still want other Christmas lights other than the roof? Possibly. So don't worry about, well, this is going to happen. Repeat customers. This is the awesome thing about this here is I know the close rate of closing Christmas light business isn't always high. In fact, you're only about maybe 15 to 20% close rate, but the repeat rate can be anywhere from about 70 to 90% repeat rate. So once you get these customers on, they will keep coming back, and coming back. And so that is what is cool about it. And yes, we do collect the 50% up front and then 50% the next day after we install it, not after takedown. We do not wait till takedown. We get our money. I always say, you can bill it or we get it on the credit card on file, and the day after, we're going to send you an invoice. The day after that, we are going to bill you. We are not waiting for takedown. We are going to get 50% up front, and we're going to get the 50% the day that we do this. So these are some pretty cool things that we can do when we're talking about Christmas lights. Marketing. This is the number one thing that we have to do to be able to get our average ticket up. What are you going to do to market? Do you have a strong online presence? That's something that you can start now. You can start posting on your Google My Business for your Christmas lights. You can start doing blogs on your Christmas light site. You can make sure your Christmas light site is starting to rank for different keywords. And so these are all things you can do. You can start using email marketing, and you can do LinkedIn and start looking for HOAs and presidents of HOAs and the homeowners associations and anybody that may need Christmas lights. This is a great way that we can start working on that now. I was telling you that Daniel was closing jobs now because he's going in and knocking on doors and talking to people now. He's not waiting for August, September, October to start talking to these people. Most of these higher end customers of these commercial sites are budgeting now for 2024. So that's why you got to make sure that you are getting into their budget so that way you can do it. And then you can go talk to other business owners, not just Christmas lights, but other business owners, and start collaborating with them of, hey, do you know anybody that needs pressure wash or Christmas lights? Do you have anything? Are you in charge of anything that needs Christmas lights? Do you know anybody that's in charge of Christmas lights, right? And so we can start working on that now, not later. Customer acquisition, offer variety of services, right? Don't just be like, this is all I do. We do roof lines, we do reefs, we do ground stake lighting. We offer all kinds of stuff. And then this one here is probably the most important. Provide excellent customer service and respond promptly to inquiries and concerns. Answer the freaking phone and get back to them. That's the two things that will set you apart from your competition. If you want to know what sets you apart from your competition, is answer your phone and get them a quote quickly. Those are two good things that can set you apart. Offer referral incentives. If someone refers you, you'll give them a $50 gift card or a $100 gift card. Most times people don't know their numbers, right? In a Christmas light business, most people don't know their numbers. They don't know how much it costs to run a Christmas light business. They'll be like, it only cost me $2 to install these Christmas lights. I don't know why you want to rip these people off at $13 a foot. It only cost me $2, and next year it ain't even gonna cost me $2. Well, how much does it cost to store them? How much does it cost to get them there? How much does it cost to do insurance? How much does it cost to get the customer in the first place? How much does it cost to hire an employee and pay him a good pay? How much does it cost to have that employee, workers' comp, storage fees? All of these things add up, right? It only cost me $2. I can get lights for $1.50, and it only cost me $1.50. Well, if you want to go out a business model, that's a great model to have, is the $1.50 in that thinking. And I only charge $4 to $6 a foot. And I get it. You can't get that in my area, Jason. I'm in Texas, and you can't get that in my area. I promise you. Well, I promise you, you can, because I've got people in Dallas, Texas, and different places in Texas that is getting the $8 a foot. That's getting the $10 a foot. And so you got to ask. Now, is it every customer? No, but you don't want every customer. That's the thing. You don't want every customer. Offer unique and customized light designs, right? This is something that you can do. You can do different colors. You can do all kinds of cool things with this here. High quality materials. Find materials that people are going to use. You know, some of the cheap guys, they're literally going to go to Home Depot and buy the C9s there. They're literally a bulb that is a mini light, but it looks like a C9, but it's actually a mini light. This has 5 LEDs in it, right? They're super bright. They're amazing at these lights. So you offer this here, and then stay up with the latest trends. Again, you know, incorporate different with permanent lights. You know what? Some people might want permanent lighting. Well, we'll sell them permanent lighting. I'm not going to let somebody else go and make money off of it. I'm going to charge them permanent lighting. So these are things that I'm going to offer is permanent lighting. Experiment with different colors. You know, there's people that do all the different colors, like the candy canes, or they might add green and red, or you can do all kinds of cool things with adding colors and doing different things with this. Unique marketing strategies. Again, think outside the box. Yes. Can we use yard signs? Yes. Can they get banned? Sure they can. Can you get fines? Sure you can. So you got to think of other ways, not just put all your eggs in one basket, because when you put all eggs in one basket, your basket gets a hole in it, and now you're in trouble, and you're not going to make the money that you want to be able to make. And so, yes, you can start leveraging social media now. Yes, you can start talking about Christmas lights, and just have fun with it. You know, with your marketing, have fun with it. Don't be like, I don't want to dress up. Just have fun with it. I promise you, you will have a lot more fun when you have fun with it versus that there. Set competitive prices. I didn't say call all your competitors and set prices at that. That's not what I said. Set competitive prices. But you got to know what your numbers are to make sure that you're making money, because the last thing you want to do is not make money and go out of business, because people that don't make money go out of business. And that's something that you have to think about. You know, the reason why I teach $8 to $12 a foot is because that can pretty much cover all of the factors that you need to be in profit. Like at $8 a foot, you will be in profit mode. You go cheaper than that, you're going to get out of profit mode, and you're going to be at the break-even mode or you're paying mode, and nobody wants that mode. And so these are things that you have to consider when you do this. Is there going to be cheaper guys out there? Yes. Will they come take the lights down? No, because they lost their butt. They thought they could make money on being cheap because Jason is crazy and he don't know what he's talking about. I'm telling you, you can make money off of it by making yourself profitable. Have amazing customer service. If you want to set yourself apart from everybody else, have amazing customer service. When I mean amazing, you answer the phone on ring 2. You get a quote out within 2 hours. You you get, you just have, you call them when the night before, you call them the day of, you make them think, man, this guy communicates a whole lot. And guess what? When you start doing this, the expectations of those 5 stars reviews will show of all the amazing things of why you do what you're doing there. So this is the thing. So if you have 2 people with 100 5-star reviews and both of you have 100 5-star reviews, one of them just is like, yeah, he's good, and the other one is like, he communicated, he did all of this stuff. Guess what? That right there will get you way more work than the other way. Again, you got to go the extra mile. Maybe you screwed something up on the bid. Don't be like, well, I need to charge you more. Just eat it and move on. Go with it. You never know. That may be your best customer later on down the road. And if you want to scale this business, you got to go back here to pricing, right? And customer service. Because if you suck at customer service here and you start trying to scale, you're still going to suck at customer service. It's going to get even worse. So that is something that you got to do. This is a big one that I'm going to be hitting on later too, is finding the right people, hiring the right people, and training the right people. Get in systems. Have a system for your Christmas light business. These are important things that you need to do, is have these systems in place so that way you can make sure that you can grow and scale your business. I want you to hit $500,000. I want you to hit $1 million, whatever your goal is. If your goal is 50,000, I believe that if you put half a brain into this and you live in a halfway decent area or within reason of a halfway decent area, there's no reason you can't make $30,000 to $50,000 your very first year. I always tell people that if you take my in-person class, there's no reason you can't do $30,000 to $50,000 the first year. And most people are hitting $75,000 and $100,000 their very first year. And so this is why it is important that we understand and know what we need to do to grow our Christmas light business, because it is a fun business. I had a guy that is up in Indianapolis. He's got a ton of competition up there, and there's a ton of $99 guys. And so when he went up there last year, he did over $250,000 his very first year doing it. Now, did he have a lot of workers? And sure he did. And does he know how to do business? Sure he does. But it's possible. I'm just letting you know it's possible, because a lot of people will be like, you are crazy, Jason. Did he spend almost $60,000-$70,000 in marketing? Yeah, he did. But that's where you're going to be at. That's part of running this business, if you want to run a business. So how much does it cost you to get a new customer? And I would say on average, it's probably going to cost you about $200 to $300 per customer for getting a new customer. But how much is the lifetime value? What is the lifetime value of a Christmas light customer? Well, I'm going to tell you something. A lifetime value of a Christmas light customer can be anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000. How much is the lifetime value of a Christmas light customer? $2,000 or $3,000. And so that's the difference between those customers, right? And so that's why it is important that we understand what is the lifetime value of a customer. So with that, we're gonna, if you got any questions, don't hesitate to ask down in the comments. We got Brian Richardson. How are you doing? Daniel's in the house. Complete my setup. $225,000 is Dan's trying to go for. 150 did 55,000 last year, so he wants to triple his business from last year. 400,000 just passed $250,000 this year. That's amazing. That is awesome. Haven't set a goal yet because it's my first year. Are you having a class on Christmas lights in July? I probably am. Yes, I am having a Christmas lights in July. I'm also having some other classes. If you go to christmaslights.io and go to the in-person, I don't have it up here, but that's a place you can go. Also, if you want to see the Facebook group, I do have a Facebook group. You can go to Facebook or christmaslights.io/group, and there I have a Facebook group. It doesn't cost you anything, and I'm going to put a ton of content out in it. I'm already am, and I'm putting a ton of content content out everywhere. Hello, Jason, and salute to the chat. Hi, Trisha. Do you collect the 50% up front and 50% before takedown? We collect 50% up front and 50% the day after we install all the Christmas lights. So that is the important part that we do. Super excited to do Christmas lights this year. Plan on attending one of your trainings. I'm in Southwest Michigan. It's the only time I had a customer give me over $2,000 and they were a check for over $2,000 and they were smiling. It's amazing. That's the cool thing about Christmas lights is people love to give you lots of money. $8 a foot is the new $4 to $6 a foot, and that is correct. With the cost of everything, the cost of employees, the cost of everything going up, gas, $8 is definitely the new $4 for them. Just reached out to a ton of Christmas light customers yesterday, and they're already thinking about the systems and people we're putting in place this year. And so that's the thing too. Like if you do any other businesses, you are able to reach out to them. So Tristan is young and 24 years old, 25 years old, did quite well in Christmas lights, and now he's reaching out, and now they're doing pressure washing. I think he said they closed like $3,000 or $3,000 or $4,000 in pressure washing by reaching out to the Christmas light customers. That's the awesome thing about this is Christmas light customers are amazing other people that they will offer all the other services for you. But if you have a pressure washing customer, they're not buying Christmas lights. So that is why it is important that we understand and that we market to these people all our other services. And so when we market all our other services, now the lifetime value of that customer is so much higher. And that's the whole purpose of this here. Sell the joyful, seamless, premium service, not the lights. And this is something I'll be hitting on a lot this year. I hit on it every year is don't sell the lights. The lights are not how you get the $8 to $10, $13, $14 a foot. If you're selling the lights, this right here, is let's just say this and the clip and the bulb, and you got the males and females, you're about $2 a foot. So if you want to sell this, you're going to sell $4 to $6 a foot, because this is a bulb and a clip and some wire. That's all this is. And if you want to sell this, that's going to get you the $4 to $6 a foot. If you want to get to the premium and sell the $8, $10, $12, $14 a foot, sell the Magic. Look how beautiful this is. This is amazing, beautiful. Right? I know my pictures ain't the best because I got lights everywhere, but this is beautiful. They get so many compliments for this house or this building right here that by them doing this one job, they got like 10 other jobs off this one job. Now, this job wasn't a high paying job. It was $15,000 and they had to rent a lift, and it's a 3-year guarantee of $15,000. So they're going to make $45,000 off of this. And it was their very first job they ever did. The very first job they ever did. Now, on the other hand, they did all the outdoor lighting on here and the up lights, and they all changed colors, and it really looks cool all the different times. But again, this wasn't like a really high paying job. It was okay. It took them 3 or 4 days because they didn't know what the heck they were doing. It was literally their first job that they ever hung Christmas lights. And so, but this job got them a ton of money else. The owner's house, it was like $10,000 for doing the owner's house. So between this and the owner's house, they made $25,000 off of this one job. And so this is the importance that we understand that we can go out there and make money. It's not about the lights. The lights is not what we sell. We sell the Magic, and you can see some of the homeless people down here on this side that lives right around here, and they get all kinds of lights for their bedroom at nighttime. And so, it's not about the lights. This is a high-end jewelry store is what this place is. It's been in business since like early 1900s. And so it's a high-end jewelry store. It's the only Rolex store in Ohio or in Cincinnati, and so it is a high-end store that sells jewelry. And so, it's not about the lights. If you want to sell the lights, you're not going to make money. It's about, and I even like this, the experience and seamless. So many of you want to make this a hard thing. You want to make them jump through 10 hoops. You want to make them do all of this stuff. And you got to make it easy for people, because when you make it hard and difficulty, people aren't going to show up at that point. 10,000 in the past 2 days. So you have closed $10,000 off of his Christmas light customers. And so this is why it is important of why we love our Christmas light customers. Our Christmas light customers, if they're willing to spend on an average $2,000 per house, then guess what? They'll be willing to spend $2,000 on pressure washing too. And so that's the joy of having an awesome Christmas light customer, because these customers will pay you a lot of money. Now, here's the thing. You just got to ask. If you're not asking for it, then don't expect to get it. That's part of the hustle. You got to go out there and ask for the money so you can keep growing your Christmas light business. So, what else? What other questions do you all have for me on Christmas lights? And the next few weeks, again, every Wednesday night, I'm going to go live and talk about Christmas lights. We'll talk about how to get commercial work. We'll talk about how to get residential work. We'll talk about how to get large jobs. We'll talk about how to overcome objections. And so this will be every Wednesday night will be all Christmas lights. Every Sunday night is all pressure washing. So if you want to watch pressure washing, it will be on Sunday nights. If you want to watch Christmas lights, it is going to be on Wednesdays nights at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So that is where we are going to be at. Getting the truck wrapped this week, and make sure every Christmas customer knows we do pressure washing as well. And so that's the cool thing about having a Christmas light pressure washing business, or any other side business that you have with it, is those customers will use you. And so that is what you need to do to be able to grow your Christmas light business. Mr. G, what's the best way to approach a Chick-fil-A? Knock on that door. Go find out. Usually the manager, the owner of those Chick-fil-A's are in the stores. It's not like they have a supervisor that supervises most of them. Most Chick-fil-A's are only owned by like one. They only usually own like one or two. Not too many of them own two. And so the best way to do it is do your research. Go into the Chick-fil-A, and in there somewhere they will have a picture of the manager or owner of that Chick-fil-A. So now guess what? Now you got the name. So then you can go up and ask for that name and find that person that owns that Chick-fil-A, and now we can start talking to them and breaking it down. We can go on and find them on LinkedIn, and we can try to, message them on there. We might be able to get their email address. We can send messages. We can send texts. We can do everything we can to try to get a hold of that manager. But most of the Chick-fil-A managers are in the actual place, and they are the owners. Now, some of them get very good, and they don't show up but maybe once a week, once every 2 or 3 weeks. So you just kind of got to play how often they come. And then I would have a demo kit. I would if you're going to try to sell them on permanent lighting and do the leasing model, I would bring the lights, show them what you can do, show them all of the things that you need to do to be able to show for the Christmas lights for that. Jason, I'm going to message you on Facebook right after this. Okay. Is now a good time, or around? I would start now, because a lot of times people are doing their budgets and they're not, and I would just do it now, because here's the thing: you want to start building that relationship. It ain't just go in and say, hey, you want Christmas lights, right? It's about building relationship. Hey, have you ever thought about it? Awesome. How's your kids doing right? You're going to learn everything there is about that manager. So that way, when you do come back, they're going to remember you as the Christmas light guy. And then when you come back the next month, you're the Christmas guy. When you come back the next month, you're the Christmas light guy, right? And so those are things that you want to do and keep doing to try to get into these Chick-fil-A's, to try to get into any business. It ain't just Chick-fil-A, but any businesses. Yes, you might have went there last week, but they might have forgot about you, and now they're thinking about Christmas lights. Try to sit in there, go in there and eat all the time. If you go into that Chick-fil-A and eat and have your shirt on and, try to talk to people and find out who you need to talk to. Those are things that can help you get into those Chick-fil-A's. Or any businesses. The other thing too, if you're looking at commercial work, go find the cities. Find the cities that do Christmas lights and see who's installing them. Sometimes the tourist people of the city are the ones that are in it. Go to your Chamber of Commerce and start talking about Christmas lights around there. If you're looking for commercial work, those are the places that you're going to find the commercial work. Go to your malls. See who's doing it at the malls. Go to your mom and pop little places. Go everywhere. You got to go out there and flip rocks and ask. The reason why you ain't getting Christmas light business now is because you're not asking for it. And how do you ask? You'd be like, hey, you want Christmas lights? No, you don't go, hey, you want Christmas lights, right? You go in there and you'll be like, hey, I know what Daniel did. He went in and found the old people and said, man, you want to know what would be amazing for these old people is you put Christmas lights so that they can see Christmas lights while they're in their nursing home, right? And that's amazing. And he got them. And that's how you're able to get these things, is you got to go in there and not sell Christmas lights. You got to sell the magic. You got to be like, man, especially with the Chick-fil-A's, if you're going to try to do the permanent lighting. Did you know we can turn these lights on all year long, and you can have all the different holidays and 4th of July, and you can do all this thing? Because here's the deal. If you don't think permanent lighting is out there and coming toward Christmas lights, there it is. Now, do I think it'll take over Christmas light? I don't think so, because a lot of people still like the big bulbs. A lot of people still like the look of them. Some people just don't want stuff mounted to their house. So that's the things that people don't want, right? But if there's people out there that want it, then I'm going to sell it to them, and I'm going to give them what they want, because we love giving them. And I thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that, Mr. G. So that is pretty awesome. But other than that, again, every Wednesday night, I'm going to be on here about Christmas lights. Bring your questions. If you got questions, I got answers. I want to help you grow your business. I want to help you get to $100,000 in Christmas lights. I want to help you get to $500,000 in Christmas lights. I want to help you get to $1 million. I want people doing $1 million in Christmas lights and being profitable when we do it. Not spending $990,000 to get to $1 million. I see a lot of people that do that. There is no reason that you can't get $5,000 to $10,000 a day per truck. I know there's people out there that teach that you can only get $5,000 or $3,000. I was getting $5,000 to $10,000 a day, and that was 5 years ago. I know you can get $5,000. I've seen it. I've helped people do it, and I've got people doing it. I got a person that does $15,000, $20,000 a day. It's just a matter of how you got to grow your business. And the more you grow and the more you scale, the more you got to know how to get those customers and how to get those higher end jobs. Lance Courtney, hi. What solution do you use to pressure wash? Bleach, sodium hypochlorite, straight downstream in that baby is what you do. We got Ron Roby. You're the man. I need to get you on here on a Wednesday night. So if you know people that you want to come on this live on a Wednesday night, let me know, because I love when people come on here and tell their story. And if there's an expert, Ron Roby's gotten to $1 million. I think he's to $1 million. So, I want people on here that we can pick their brain, and you guys can learn by doing these lives on every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So if you want to know when I go live, I didn't even set out the live for Christmas. I may set up something different so that way if you know when I go live on Christmas lights, I'm going to put it up a different number for Christmas lights. So that way if you want to know when I go live, I will text you that number. I actually forgot to text tonight. So that's all right. All my sales last season were permanent lights. This year I want to do a combination of temporary and permanent lights. I am new to pressure washing. What are some tips can you give me? I got lots of tips. I got an in-person training coming up at kpwtrain.com. That's a great way. That's also if you want to know when my pressure washing and Christmas light classes are coming up. Also, I have all the videos you ever needed on my YouTube channel. If you go look up Pressure Wash Help, my YouTube channel. What are some tips? Don't go out there and buy a bunch of equipment. That is my number one tip. Go out there and start learning how to market. Go out there and buy your yard signs. Go out there and start flipping rocks, because you can have the most nicest equipment, but if you can't get customers, it don't do you no good to have equipment. So I don't care if you got to rent your equipment right out of the get-go. Don't be the person that goes out there and does that. Should hit $500,000 in Christmas lights. Again, a guy did $170,000 first year, and second year to do $500,000 in Christmas lights. That is amazing. Where are you from? I'm from Cincinnati. I do surface cleaning and concrete, brick ceiling, sidewalks, porches, etc. Yep. That's the way that you can make money. Do you recommend enclosed trailers for Christmas lights? If they can work good, I personally like the vans, because you can put everything in a van and I don't have to worry about some yin-yang employee running it into something and running over mailboxes and tearing stuff up. So I personally like the vans. You can put the ladders on top. If you do the Sprinter vans, if you're up here where it's cold like us, you can leave the heat on, and now it heats up everything, so you don't have problems with stuff being brittle, breaking when it's cold. It makes easier things to install when everything's warm. It keeps everything dry. That's why I like the vans. The trailers are nice. You can carry a lot more, but it takes up, you got to be able to haul that. You got to have someone that can drive an enclosed trailer. There ain't too many people out there that can drive an enclosed trailer. What if you get down one-way streets or back where you can't get backed out? Now you're trying to back this thing around and you're tearing up stuff. And so that's why I like the vans versus the trailers. Personally, that's my personal opinion. You could do it like a small box truck would also work good. But you can do trailers. I know lots of people that do trailer, as long as you got somebody that can drive it and not kill somebody with it. So I am from NKY. My latter days are over. Oh, come on now, Dave. You need a drone of ladders or of shooting the lights up there, or you pay someone to do them, right? Those are the other things that you can do for this here. Most people can't drive. They can't drive a regular vehicle, let alone with a trailer behind it. And I would agree with that 100%. That most people cannot drive a truck, period, let alone pulling a trailer behind it. And I would agree with that 100%. So that is definitely something that I would agree. But again, if y'all want to check out on Sunday nights, I'll be talking about pressure washing. Every Wednesday night's Christmas lights. If you know anybody wants to come on live with me, let me know. I'd love to have you on. I am having some in-person classes coming up. You can go check out. You can go to christmaslights.io and hit the in-person training, and you'll find my in-person trainings. If you're looking for the pressure washing, you can go to kpwtrain.com, and you'll see all my pressure washing dates there. I am having an advanced Christmas light class coming up in June, and it's going to be amazing. Paul Gardner, and Dustin Howe will probably be putting it on mostly. And so we've got some pretty amazing things in store for this. And it will be limited spots. And so if you're really wanting to take your business to the next level, if you want to get to $1 million, I would highly, highly, highly recommend you to show up to this training. So that's exactly what I would say about that. Do you have your vans wrapped? I did not have my vans wrapped. That's something that I didn't do. I didn't have any. I had one truck laddered in the beginning, and then when I got to 4 trucks, none of them were laddered. I had some magnets on them, and that was pretty much it. And we did very well with it. How much bleach do you add to a gallon of water? When we're downstreaming, I just go full bleach, 100% sodium hypochlorite. What do you mean advance? Advanced Christmas light training, how to set up systems, how to overcome objections, how to do all kinds of stuff. Is year 2 guy advanced enough to join? Yes, it is, because you've hit $150,000. Okay, I saved my questions for Sunday. You can ask your questions tonight. I don't care, Dave. I'm always on here. I want to help you all. My goal is to help you guys grow your pressure washing and Christmas light business, because I think it's amazing that you all are out there trying to grow your business. And when you grow your business and be successful, that's my number one goal. I love helping people like Daniel, because he comes on my pressure washing things when I'm talking about pressure washing and talks about Christmas lights, right? And I'm going to answer his question too, because when he gets to $500,000, that's what I'm talking about, right? Should hit $500,000 in Christmas lights. But other than that, I hope you learned something and take action. This would be my first year doing lights. Do you have another class? Yes, I have several classes that I will be doing. Right now I've got one coming up in Portland. I know it's close, but it's in Portland in a couple weeks. I've got one in Indianapolis set up. I will have another one in Utah that will be just Christmas lights. There's a permanent lighting class in Utah in about 2 or 3 weeks. And then I'll have a class pretty much in July, August, September, and October. I will have all those dates and stuff. I don't have them all set up yet, but they will be set up. And I will be having a class pretty much once a month, depending on where I'm going to have them at. That is the only thing I don't know right now. What's your biggest Christmas light job, and how long did it take you? My biggest job was a $20,000 residential job for Jeff Weiler, who is the Weiler Group up in here. And it took us about 4 days to do it. And we would go back for 2 or 3 freaking callbacks, because the dog ate the freaking lights. Almost every year they would eat the stupid lights on us. So I was trying to shock them or do something with it. I like to talk price, driveway, 3 ways to price it. So 1 is to clean it, 2 is to seal it, 3 can be if you have hot water, and that's the 3rd way that you can price it. So 1 would be just clean it with cold water, 2 is to clean it with hot water, and 3 is to seal it. Those are your 3 options for your jobs for that. Thanks. I'll check out your site and grab one. Yep. Christmaslights.io in-person training is the best place to go. I don't have it up there, but you can see where the lights are. You need to do a class in the Virgin Islands, tax write-off. I know. So then I can go scuba diving. That would be awesome. Who else on here goes scuba diving? Anybody else? Like any other scuba divers on here that like to go scuba diving? I love to scuba dive, especially in the ocean. That's the best. I know I dive in the river, but you literally can't see your hand in front of your face. by the hour, square foot, and how many cars can fit in a driveway. So I do it per square foot, and I would charge anywhere from 25 to about 35 cents a square foot. I usually tell people to charge 30 cents a square foot for driveway cleanings. And then if you're going to do hot water, you'd be like 32, 35 cents, and then $1 extra to seal it. So then you're at $1.30 to clean and seal a driveway. That's kind of where we are for that. Me. So you scuba dive, and I scuba dive, and the Scottish guy scuba dives. I love scuba diving. I've been in the Bahamas a couple times. I scuba dived down in Jamaica. There's not a lot down in Jamaica. All the fish were in the cages. There was literally no fish in the Bahamas. Fred, hi Jason. When you come to an in-person estimate, do you present your packages in written form, or you just tell them your packages and prices? So it is best. I will be having a video coming out here because when I went up to Rick, we kind of talked on this quite a bit. I would have it in written form, and basically what you're wanting to do is write each price out for each one, and then at the bottom of that page you can talk about package A or whatever B, C is. That's where those packages will come. So if it's with pressure washing, house wash, that's back. If it's for Christmas lights, right? House lights on the house, roof line, just gutter line, roof lines. And then when the next one could be, if we do all up the ridges and everything, that would be another package. Another the wreath, the wreath can be one, the bushes, the ground stake lighting, the columns, and then we can just check which one is in each package. So, and then you can do like 5, 10, 15% discount, or 5, maybe 3, 6, 9 discounts. So if you get at all the packages, right, you get everything, you'll get a 10% discount or whatever, something along those lines of doing it. And what you do is you actually raise the individual price to that 9%. So then that way, when you lower it, then you're at your right spot where you need to be at. Do you recommend getting a deposit prior to the season starting for lights from last year? Yeah, I would start trying to get your deposits now. I always pushed really hard in July because of cash flow, trying to keep cash flow coming in July and August, because I did a lot of commercial work in my pressure washing business. We did a lot of commercial work in June, July, and August. So our cash flow would go down to next to nothing. And so that's where I would start trying to get my Christmas lights money coming in. So that way I could get deposits in. So that way it was my cash flow to pay my employees to get me through the summertime, because I wasn't always the best of looking at saving my money for the wintertime. So that's why I had to do it that way. Okay, great. Want to go to Turks and Caicos? Yes, I would love to go to Turks and Caicos. I've never been. We were supposed to go one time, and we went somewhere. We went to Dominican instead. So when you say per square foot, that includes the chem also, right? Yes. So 30 cents a square foot, that's the clean, and that's just to clean it, the chemical, the whole 9 yards. Do you ever charge by the hour, and is it worth charging by the hour? You can charge by the hour, but if you're doing the 30 cents a square foot for the concrete cleaning, you should be about the $300 an hour at that rate. And so I'm charging, if I am going to charge by the hour, which I do sometimes do charge by the hour, especially large commercial work, I'm shooting for the $300 an hour is what I'm shooting for, and shooting for $300 to $400 to be honest. And if you want to know how I come up with those numbers, watch my live from from Sunday. I actually break down all the cost, and that's how I come up with that $300 to $400 is by looking at my cost, because I need to know what my cost is, so that way I can make sure that I'm making money in the end of it. So, but other than that, I hope you all have an amazing night, and come back next Wednesday and we'll talk more about Christmas lights. I will be on the road, but I will be here. I think I'll be here. My time zones are going to be way off, so hopefully I can do that. What's a good tip to win commercial Christmas light jobs? Watch this video about 30 minutes ago, and I talk about some of it, of going in and knocking on doors now and asking, and find out who's in charge of it, and go work that angle and see if you know anybody that knows the person that's in charge of it, and work that angle. The biggest thing is go knock and see. And then the other way of it is email marketing and LinkedIn. Go find LinkedIn and find out what buildings that you can, who's the property owners, the property managers, HOAs, whoever's in charge of that. Some people do it in-house, some people don't. Some people do it in-house, and we still got that work. So Town Properties is a huge company around here, and they had their own crew, but a lot of the property managers didn't like their own crew, so they hired us. And so that's where you got to go find those types of people. Thanks, great information. See you Sunday. But other than that, I hope you all have a great night, and we'll see you all later.